Welcome to Shootin' the Breeze. My name is Tanya Kappas, and I am a cozy mystery author who is excited to bring you a fun podcast where we answer reader questions and bring you amazing interviews from your favorite cozy mystery authors. Come, hang out, and let's just shoot the breeze. Hi, and welcome to Shootin' the Breeze. This week, I'm so excited to introduce you guys, which you probably already know her, to you. And her name is Joann Keder, and she is part of the prolific works Twisty Tales and Cozy Crime Giveaway. Hi, Joann. We're so glad you're here.
Hi, Tanya. Thank you for having me.
Well, I am so excited that you joined our collection and this promotion, and your book, A Twitch in Chime, is the funniest title. I love these punny cozy mysteries. But first, let me read your bio.
Okay.
USA Today bestselling author Joann Keder spent most of her years in the Midwest, growing up and raising a family in the Great Plains of Nebraska. She worked for 16 years as a piano teacher before returning to school to receive a master's degree in creative writing. A midlife move to the north. Oh, you moved to the Pacific Northwest, led her to examine her priorities. Well, that's very interesting. We'll talk about that. Sure. She now creates stories about life and a relationship in small towns while her ever-patient husband encourages her on. Wow, that's a lot. So how many children do you have?
I have two daughters, and one is in her mid-30s and lives in Norway. And then I have another one who lives just south of us in Beaverton.
Oh, good. So you have one that's kind of close and one that's not.
Right.
And also you were a piano teacher.
Yes.
So I took piano for 13 years. I did. I know. And I used to play all the time, but now later on in life, years and years and years later, I have not tapped the ivories in a long time.
Well, and that's okay. So I came to it kind of by accident, because I just had an associate's degree in music, and I thought that doesn't do anything for you. But a friend one day said, "Oh yeah, you can teach piano lessons," and I thought, I'm not really that good at playing. But I said, okay, so I'm going to come at it with a different attitude. I'm going to say, I want people to have, kids mostly, to have an experience that they wouldn't otherwise have. And if they come away with something from it, great. I don't expect them to be lifelong pianists, but it does make different connections in your brain when you're doing music. So that's what I did. And I had a lot of students that were very, very shy, traumatized by being in front of people. So when we did recitals, I would sit on the stage beside them, because I did not want that to be, I didn't want that to be what they took away from the experience. So who knows how many of my students are still actually playing the piano, but I hopefully gave them something else that lasted a lifetime.
I love that. And it's a skill, really. I can sit down and still play if I had to. My parents have a piano, and so I can still play when I sit down and some of the basic things. But those were such fond memories. I love that you did that with your students. My piano teacher, I play really fast, like I talk. And so she'd be like, slow down. So during recitals, she would say, okay, we're going to let Tanya play her piece normally. So I would play it, and then she's like, okay, now we're going to let Tanya play her piece like she plays her piece. And so I'm like, and then she also fond memories because I'm not really, a shy person, but sometimes, that's playing an instrument, I find, is very unnerving in front of a bunch of people.
It is.
And
I had that problem too growing up. And that's what I remember from my piano lessons, is that I just hated it. And I hated the judgment. And my piano teacher was not a warm and fuzzy person anyway, but that was what I thought I could give. When I can't tell you that I'm a prolific, pianist, but I can tell you that I understand what it's like to have anxiety over performing or playing in front of somebody. So that's what that was how I went into it.
I love that. Our piano teacher, she would say, I'm going to do a duet with you. and she would do a duet with us during the recital. So,
Oh,
like, if
wonderful.
you were nervous, then she would do the duet first, and then she would stay in there and you could do your piece. But it felt
Wonderful.
like you were just in piano lesson, you know? But I wasn't probably the best student and did not practice daily like my parents wanted me to. But yeah, that's some really neat things. So I love that. I love that we have that in common. I think that's so
Yeah,
cool. But we're not here to talk about that. But
that's okay.
readers, they love learning about their favorite authors,
Yeah.
and they love hearing stories like you, because obviously you are a very caring person to be able to do that to your students. And I'm sure that totally spills over into your writing. So I do have to ask, have you ever been able to put anything with the piano in your writing in your Cozy's books?
I haven't thought about that, but that is a good idea. Thank
Yeah,
you, Tanya.
you're
That
in.
will be
I
coming.
could kill somebody with a
Oh,
yeah, the piano.
the piano string. Yeah, that could do
Yeah,
it.
I did do that. It's a good
Oh, did
slicer
you?
to the neck.
Okay, good to know. Well,
Oh,
no,
yeah,
thank
I did
you.
that a long time ago. But anyways, we're here to talk about a Twitch in chime. Look at this adorable cover. And this, your sleuth, her name is Sunshine,
Mhm.
which I absolutely love, because what a happy name and what an adorable, adorable cover. So first off, what is Sunshine's Corner? What is this?
So she's a young adult. She's venturing out on her own for the first time. She has two very, very, I don't want to say controlling because that has a negative connotation, but she has parents who are very in tune to her. And so they're finally saying, okay, well, you're a young adult. You can go out and go off for the summer. And so she's selling these really cool sea glass wind chimes, and
Oh,
then she also is selling her father is blind, and she's selling these lovely ornate boxes that he carved.
oh, I love that. That's a really cool card. Let me read about this book, A Twitch in Chime. When she got up this morning, finding a hand in her booth was the last thing she'd expected. Uh-oh. Sunshine Bouvant is attending her first outdoor market. After just one sale, someone finds a severed hand in the boxes of her father's so lovingly carved. With a cast of devious vendors, it's hard to tell which one committed the dastardly deed. So I'm sorry I laughed, but as a cozy author, what a great way to show that there's a murder. And so, tell us about how you came about this particular series, if you want to talk about that.
Yeah. Well, so this is just a combination of two different series. This is the Pepperville Stories. The very first novella I ever wrote was for my master's thesis. It's
Oh,
called "The Something That Happened in Pepperville,"
oh,
and two of those characters, Donovan and Jenna, uh, go on to have a baby. Spoiler, and this is their baby, Sunshine,
I
and
love
she is selling her sea glass and her father's boxes in Piney Falls, which is another setting of another story. So when these bad things happen, she is reliant on the people who live in Piney Falls to help her solve the crime.
I love that. So now, and Piney Falls is another series.
Mhm.
Now, will we be seeing Sunshine in that series moving forward, or just in this particular
Um,
instance?
I
I put you on the spot.
Yeah, so she has made some appearances in other short stories,
Oh, good.
and because, she's gotta sell her stuff. So
Yeah.
she's been in all these little towns, but, yeah, she may very well be selling again. Yeah.
Yeah. I love that. I think that's such a great idea. And crossovers are so popular right now. And is this your first crossover that you've ever done?
And no, this is my 2nd or 3rd, I can't remember,
Okay.
but it's nice for me because I feel like your cozies are a community, and
Yeah.
it's nice to connect communities.
Yes.
So it's kind of fun to have these people connected, and now we know they know each other and they can hang out if they want or go visit. I like that.
I love that. So I have a crossover in a traditional cozy with a paranormal cozy. And so, and the people in my traditional cozy had gotten married, and they're taking a honeymoon to where the setting of the paranormal cozy is. And they both have animals. So the animals kind of hang out, and, it was kind of fun to watch the two girl sleuths, sleuth their way. And that was a lot of fun to do. And I've never done a crossover before other than that one. And I mean, that was the first one. And then now that you've got this one, I'm like, oh, that's got my wheels turning. I think that's such a great idea. And I love the cover. I love the wind chimes. I think that's adorable. And have you made these kind of wind chimes before or anything like that?
No, and I should also mention that the idea for the story came up because I love going to these little markets. I love
Yeah.
the farmers markets, Saturday markets, craft market, whatever you wanna call it.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite things to do, and these vendors are just lovely, lovely people.
Yeah.
And we were in Seattle, going to the, very popular Pike's Place market, which is, a craft fair on steroids, and there was a lady there selling, sea glass, and we got to talking, and I thought it was something that just happens in the ocean, but no, it's somebody's garbage that has been, a bottle that's been smoothed over, and I thought, and she had wind chimes, so I thought, "That's what we're gonna do."
I love it. So you just never know where we get ideas,
Exactly.
right? I
Yeah,
love that. And I love the title, A Twitch in Chime. I think
yeah,
that just goes with that, obviously, with the wind chimes. So
mhm.
cute. And everyone can get this book of yours for free in our prolific works, The Twisty Tales and Cozy Crimes, which is in the show notes. A link to Joann's book is there, and it is free right now. Now, I don't know about Joann, but I know that myself and most of the other authors, that once it's no longer free, we are going to be charging. So
You bet.
you can
Yep,
read all the books, and really, Joann, all your books are all mysteries that are all solved in that book. So even if you guys are like, oh, well, I've never read about the parents, or I don't know about the other series, or either series, it doesn't matter because they're all wrapped up. And the thing about the Cozy Mysteries is that they're all really standalones, except the community that ties them together is the same community in each book, usually the same sleuth, same sidekick, or something that makes it considered a series. Um,
right.
Obviously, the same sleuth, but in the actual mysteries are wrapped up. Now, there might be a little subplot, that's kind of in and out of each book, but we usually touch on that. And so, even though this is a crossover, you don't have to read both series in order
Absolutely.
to read this book. And if you're one of those people that like to read the series, I'm telling you, don't just get the book. And that way, when you are at this particular installment, you can read that one in line. But also, while you're there, please sign up for Joann's newsletter. How often do you put out your newsletter?
I try to do one once a month, but occasionally I do one more often. I know that people sometimes, myself included, are just irritated by too much mail.
Yeah,
So I try to just get to the point. I give you some fun facts about the month. I tell you about some great bargains that I found, and that's it. So
that's
you're not
great.
going to have a lot of, extra reading from
Right.
me.
That's awesome. Well, I hope you guys, sign up for your newsletter, her newsletter, while you're there. And can you tell us, Joann, where everybody can stalk you?
You bet. It's www.joannkeder.com. It's JoannKeder.com.
Okay.
I'm also on Facebook. I have J Keter Author, and I'm also on Instagram, and it's Joann Keder _author.
Okay. And here is that cute book cover again, which I love. I love, I love, I love so much. And can you also, do you have anything else to say to the readers before we jump off?
Yeah, I just want to mention that all of my series are they're about forming a family. So we collect people along the way. We have to discard some people, unfortunately, too, along the way. But each series is kind of a self-contained family, and that's important to me. And I hope that the readers can feel that as well.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much again, you guys. follow the show link notes to the Twisty time. I get all, my tongue tied. Thanks.
I
I'll
did too.
cut that out. Anyways, again, thanks so much, Joann, for being here. You guys be sure that you grab her book, A Twitch in Chime, at the Twisty Tales and Cozy Crime Prolific Work giveaway. And also sign up for her newsletter and stalk her everywhere. Thanks, Joann, for being here and shooting
Thank
the
you so
breeze.
much. This was fun.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too.
What a fun interview. I would love to thank today's guest for sharing with us their edition in the Twisty Tales and Cozy Crime Prolific Works giveaway, year-long giveaway. So be sure to grab this episode's book for free, and you can do that by going to the show notes and grabbing that link. And also, don't forget to be sure that you follow and stalk this week's Spotlight author. Thank you so much, and we will see you next week on Shooting the Breeze.